Every year, pool owners take part in the same important event, opening the pool. Opening your pool the right way will ensure a great start to your swimming season. When it warms up outside, it's time to get the pool ready. Now, the opening process doesn't take too much time, but you will need to complete it over the course of a few days, so be sure to plan ahead. Now, here's a few things you might need to open your pool for the season: a pool skimmer net, brush, and vacuum, and water test strips. For chemicals, you'll need total alkalinity increaser, a pH increaser or decreaser, chlorine stabilizer, calcium hardness increaser, granular chlorine, algicide, and scale, metal, and stain control. Don't forget safety goggles and rubber gloves. You can find the materials list and additional information for this project in the printable instructions at lowes.com/videos. They'll show you how to determine your pool size so you know the quantity of chemicals you'll need. Oh, and by the way, if you live in a warmer climate where you don't close your pool for the winter, you can start the opening process at testing the water chemistry, which we'll discuss later. The first step of opening the pool is cleaning off the cover. If there's water on it, use a pump to drain it. Then sweep off any debris. To make it easier to remove the cover, add water to the pool. Just slide a hose under the cover and raise the water level up to the middle of the skimmer openings. Next, remove the cover. You might need some help with this step. To keep the cover in good shape, be sure it's clean and dry before you store it. This prevents the growth of mildew. Now, we're drying our cover on the lawn, but here's a tip. If you're going to dry your cover on your lawn, be sure to move it around throughout the day so the heat doesn't burn your grass. With the cover off, remove all freeze plugs from the return lines and skimmers. Then reinstall the directional fittings on the returns. Also reinstall the pool accessories like the ladder and rails and diving board, and make sure they're in good condition. Okay, now it's time to check the mechanical components. Now, if needed, reinstall any components that were stored when you closed the pool the previous season. Also, you should have cleaned your filter before closing the pool. Before you start the filter system, you need to release the air pressure by opening the relief valve. When you have a steady stream of water, all of the air has been released, so close the valve. Now open the valves on the return line, the skimmer line, and the main drain. Then start the filter system. Okay, with the mechanics in working order, the next step is cleaning the pool. First, use a skimmer net to clear debris off the top of the water. Then brush the pool sides and floor and run the vacuum to collect the dirt. After you finish cleaning, let the filter run for about 24 hours to circulate the water. This will give you better results when testing the water chemistry, which is the next step. So our filter has been running for a day, and we're ready to check the chemical balance of the water. The water needs the right balance of elements for the pool and equipment to run properly and for swimmers to swim safely. You can check the chemistry yourself with test strips. Always wear safety goggles and rubber gloves when working with the chemicals, and follow each product's directions. Just as important, the directions will tell you where and how to store the chemicals. Here's the basic testing procedure. Dip the strip well below the surface. Then compare the readings to the included chart. Total alkalinity determines how well the water resists changes in pH levels. It should be between 80 and 125 parts per million. Add total alkalinity increaser if the levels are low. If the levels are high, add pH decreaser. Next, wait 2 hours before checking the pH level. The pH should be between 7.2 and 7.6. Make the proper adjustment with a pH increaser or decreaser. Then wait 1 hour before proceeding. Next, adjust the water hardness for the proper level of calcium. To increase the level, add calcium hardness increaser. To decrease, you'll have to drain some of the water and refill with source water that has a lower calcium level. Okay, now let's talk about the pool sanitizer, chlorine. Chlorine is what kills all the bacteria, viruses, and germs in the water. However, the sun's UV rays can make it ineffective, so your pool needs a chlorine stabilizer to keep the chlorine effective. Make sure your stabilizer level is at a minimum of 30 parts per million. Then add granular chlorine. The best time to do this is in the morning or the evening while the pump is running. After the chlorine, add algicide to prevent the growth of algae on the walls, floor, and ladder. The following day, test the chlorine level again and adjust it to 1 to 4 parts per million if needed. And so with that, the pool is officially open. But throughout the season, you still have to do the maintenance. To see those steps, watch Maintaining Your Pool at Lowe's.com/videos.